All right. Welcome to the BS sessions, man. None of that Mark and Jerry with Charles shit anymore. It's just the BS sessions, man. You notice we got you notice we got new artwork, man. Thank you to Chris Senzak. Like that guy charges an arm and a leg, but he does good work. No, I'm joking. He charged me
$25,000, man.
$25,000,
man.
Charged me an arm and leg, but he had problems with the YouTube because I kept showing him that logo's not fitting into YouTube, dude. So I got about 20 minutes later, he finally got it. And then he goes, "You got your money's worth with me fixing that YouTube." Well, you said unlimited edits. I made him work. He did a great job, though. But he said it was a learning experience trying to get that YouTube dimensions down. So he's doing that as side work. So if anybody you guys need artwork for something, hit up Chris Senzak from the Decibel Geek podcast, giving him an ad right there. So my next order, do I get $5 off for that, Chris? I'm just joking. Man. So Jerry, man, this is your thing tonight, brother.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody, man?
We have, man?
Hey, well,
Chris, we have.
Oh, Chris,
we have.
Before you introduce Chris Senzak, he owes me anyway, bro. I gave him Eagles tickets when he went up to New Jersey. So, hey, Chris.
Oh wow. Eagles the band. Eagles the band ticket.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a fucking pretty penny there, man.
Yeah. He posted about that like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago. He was in New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, so you
Sorry, Jerry.
You get free artwork. Go ahead.
Oh, we're supposed to have Metal Mike Tyler on tonight, but his job is, of course, more important, and he needed to attend to that tonight. But, we're taking his place. Always good to have Andy Rodriguez on, man. Back fresh from vacation, man. How you doing?
I am doing all right. I'm fresh. I'm ready to go. In fact, this is my first podcast in about 2 weeks, which is very odd for me.
As I say, you seem pretty sprightly tonight, so that's a good, good vacation.
Okay.
Then, of course, from now, Tampa, Florida. Always great to have on Al Horta, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on as usual.
I like your setup back there. You got the two Maiden album. Oh no, it's not the two Maiden. It's Number of the Beast.
I don't have Powerslave on vinyl, so I just put whatever I had.
Yeah, tonight we're going to do a Iron Maiden Civil War battle. We're going to do the 1982 Number of the Beast, the first with Bruce Dickinson and the last with the great Clive Burr against 1984's Powerslave, which is, man, two of the best Maiden albums in my opinion. And with some badass, artwork for these two albums, man. Derek Riggs, I think, is the guy that does this, something like that. I'm not too sure of his name, but the man can do some fucking great Iron Maiden covers, man. These are two of the best. Derek Riggs, is that his name? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just incredible album. I mean, typical Maiden, it always has great album covers, but these two are two of the best in my opinion, man. What do you guys think of the artwork of these two?
Oh man, I was about to ask y'all what the artist's name, because when I was driving home from work, I was going to listen to that other podcast that I had about the Rolling Stones album, but then I had to give these two albums a whirl to see what beats what from head to head. But anyway, this is some of the great artwork, and I'll probably talk about some of them Monday on our podcast on Blackspinner when we're going to be talking about the scariest album covers. So, but I was thinking, which one am I going to choose? Because they're so good, they're so scary, they're evil looking, and they represent each album perfectly. It all goes in the theme. It's not just a great album cover; it goes with what the theme of the album is. And that's one great thing about Iron Maiden. They always give their fans great packaging of information, of what's inside. I mean, you get it all, and they really do a great service for their fans when they do stuff like this. So I love the artwork.
So what happened with Dance of Death?
Well,
that was a misstep. I don't know. That might have been the one album that wasn't done by Derek Riggs, I think. I don't remember.
Was that the first crack at AI?
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was the early version of fucking what is it, Photoshop or something?
Yeah. That was bad.
Cut and paste, bro. Like
but the
album cover is pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, it is. I like a lot of the songs off that album now. But
yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah. All right, man.
So what do you think, Al, man?
Jerry, man?
What, the album covers?
Yeah.
Well, Well, Number of the Beast was actually the first album I ever heard and saw by Iron Maiden. My older brother had the cassette. The cassette is small, but
Yeah.
but you still had that artwork though. I mean, like with Eddie, like as the devil, using the devil as the puppet. I mean, I was just fucking as a as a 10-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I was so intrigued by it, but it kind of like, ooh, what is this? It's kind of scary, But that was the first time I ever heard by Maiden, and but I love, and like Andy was saying, like Iron Maiden, Eddie goes through phases, like he has these themes throughout every album, and the Powerslave one where he's like like King Tut almost, and that was great too. Yeah, that's an awesome one too, man. Yeah. I remember staring at that cover for hours, just trying to, because you could like find little things in like the artwork, man. If you would like study it really well. That was the beauty of artwork back in the day, man. You can like get lost in it, and album covers. You have the big album cover. It covers. That's why I like getting vinyl again, man, because the album cover,
it's beautiful.
CDs are great, but like it's like you're trying to look at. Now we need glasses and shit.
Yeah, it helps us old fucks. That's for sure, man.
Don't
need a magnifying glass.
Both of them are great album covers, and again, Maiden's known for their awesome album covers, man. So love them both. I don't know if I don't know what. Maybe at the end of the show I'll make up my mind which one I like over the other, but for now I'll leave that alone.
Great. I mean, Mark, you got anything to say to that, or do you want to?
Oh man, they're killer album covers. Like my favorite is Somewhere in Time. But these ones are no slouch. That one has so many like cookies and stuff in there, like where they played songs. Yeah. It's like you had to look with the fine tooth comb.
Like that, there's little Easter eggs like in there.
Easter eggs, yeah. No, but I'll tell you what my favorite album cover between these two is like when we're done. But let's get to some BS, man. I'm gonna start with you on this one, Al. Mike Portnoy is back with Dream Theater.
I knew that was going to happen. It was only a matter of time that there was going to be a reunion with them. But like, I am in the middle of work, and I think the announcement came at like 10 a.m. in the morning. So I'm working, and then I didn't, when I had a little break, I just went on Facebook, checked, and all of a sudden I saw like Mike Portnoy back in Dream Theater. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was listening to the radio on my earbuds, and I still stream the college radio station I love from up in New Jersey. I still stream it down here because that's like one of the best metal stations. So I was just streaming that station. All of a sudden, I heard a DJ just a little blurb. All he said was, "Oh yeah, Mike Portnoy back in Dream Theater." That was really it. He didn't even elaborate on it. And then he played "Pull Me Under" by Dream Theater, and I had to do like a double take. I'm like, what? And I went on Facebook, and sure enough, man, it was the blurb, on Facebook. I'm like, holy shit. I'm not really surprised by it though, but I mean, yeah, I knew eventually he was going to come back. They were going to ask him back, but I love Mike Mancini. I mean, that guy is a phenomenal drummer as well, and I think even Mike Mancini probably in the back of his mind, he probably knew his time was limited in that
He has a solo album that just came out.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, he was like, eventually they're going to reunite with Mike. So especially when they were like, throughout the years as the tension kind of thawed, Mike was starting to talk to, he talked to Petrucci first, played on the solo album and things like that. Then he was still friends with the keyboard player, Jordan Brutus. The last one he mended fences with was James LeBray.
Yeah,
so I think that was the real tension in like the band was between those two. And I'm sure Mike Mancini seeing that, he knew the writing was on the wall eventually. So, but I mean, hey, listen, man, it's Mike's home, dude. It's the band he started, and I'm glad to see him back in there, man. Because kind of without him, it was kind of still weird seeing Dream Theater, because he was almost like the front man in Dream Theater. He would talk in between the songs, shit like that. And then without all those years without him, when I went to go see Dream Theater, it felt like something was missing, So I'm glad he's back. I think now with him being back, I think he's going to focus mainly on Dream Theater. He'll still do Winery Dogs.
That's what I'm thinking too.
That band is still pretty successful. So but I don't think he's going to do a million side projects anymore. I think he's going to kind of chill out with that at first. Because that was kind of like I think that was the tension that kind of drew them apart anyway, was the fact that Mike was doing all these side things, and them guys wanted to keep going and shit. I think Mike suggested like a year off for them, and they were like, no, we got to keep going. And that's when the split happened, So anyway, that's my take. I'm glad he's back, man. It's great.
Yeah, man. He's like in my top 5 drummers. I love him. It's like I'm just wondering how the power within the band is going to be now, because the other guys learned how to write more lyrics and more songs, because he was like the Neil Peart to that band, kind
Neil
of.
Peart.
Well, they split writing. Like writing was split. Still, when Mike was in the band, he didn't write all the lyrics. It was, if you look at the song credits, it was split among the band members. So I think it would just go back to that same dynamic. It's just going to be the same type of thing. So,
Andy, what do you think about it?
Oh, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know nothing about this band. I am. I
like
did
progressive
hear
rock, man. What's wrong with
like
you?
I'm like pull me under, and then I try to get into them. It just never attached to me. So
I'm sure Will tried to get you into them, right? And it's just because
Yeah.
I know he's a big fan.
What's the shortest?
In fact, we did a drop the needle on a Dream Theater, me and him. So I did hear. I just never gravitated.
I
towards
think
them.
an album you'd like by Dream Theater, it's pretty short for their catalog, is Train of Thought.
Oh well, the excess or the long albums, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, the longer the better for me, for bands that I love. So, it just
I
didn't
think I gotta be completely honest. Like I think, like after the 90, after like Metropolis 2000, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, I still love that album. I think after that, I kind of started dropping off a little bit on Dream Theater, because they got into like, I like when they wrote songs, man. And I think they got a little too much into like excessive noodling once in a while, like I think they veered too much into that direction.
It reminded me of Frank Zappa, though.
No, they were more. You see, that's what I guess I'm hearing the wrong albums, because to me it was just like a mediocre jam band. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to get into this. It's nowhere near Zappa.
No, I see, but they're doing weird shit like him.
Yeah, but I know where you're coming from. I mean, I don't want to put them down because I know they're favorites of a lot of people. So
yeah, I don't care. I love them. You guys could talk trash about anything I like, man. Even well,
I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying.
Oh, like, I know you're not. I'm just talking about people think I get all pissy when people hate Van Hagar.
I really liked the Kevin Moore and Derek Sherinian era.
Yeah.
Like once Jordan kind of came in, I mean, he's a phenomenal keyboard player, but I think they started just noodling too much excessive, and I think the songs kind of suffered a little bit. And I kind of dropped off of them after 6 Degrees, which I thought that was a great album, and then after that, I just kind of like, they're getting too much into they just showing off for the sake of showing off. I mean, you got to write songs too, man, around that. So I think the songs kind of suffered for me. That's just my personal preference. I mean, people love those later albums too, and that's great, but for me, like, people put down Falling Into Infinity. I love that album. I think that album is awesome, dude. It's got great songs on it. That I know that album, Mike Portnoy points that album as almost breaking the band apart, because I think they bought outside song. I think the record company wanted them to have a hit, and they brought in outside songwriters into that album. And I think Mike Portnoy was angry with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you listen to the album notes, I think the songs are great, dude. I mean, the fact that they collaborated with some outside songwriters might have been a good thing a little bit for them, but. Anyway, I love that album, man. But I love, Images and Words is a classic. Awake is great. So Metropolis 2000 is a masterpiece. And I saw them on that tour, man, and that was phenomenal. So anyway, I don't want to dwell too much more on that. I'm glad Mike is back.
Yeah, man. I love Black Clouds and Silver Linings, and like a great album right there, man.
Octavarium.
Octavarium is fucking great too. Those albums. But Jerry, what do you think about this, man?
I mean, it's always great to have the classic members or original members back in the band, no matter what the band is. You know what I mean? Those are the people that got the band going, and you fall in love with those guys. So good for them. I mean, I'm not the hugest Dream Theater fan. I do like them, I fucking love John Petrucci. I think he's a fucking amazing guitar player. So I'm happy for him, man. Good for them. They're doing new music. I assume, right?
Yeah, they said they're already gonna start writing
Cool.
new music together.
Yeah, that's gonna be something I look forward to, man. Good for them, man. Like I said, man, that's what the fans want, man. The original, the classic or the original members back in the band. So,
And Mike Porno was such a huge member of that band. He was a big personality.
Right.
He was the spokesperson of that band. I mean, he did most of the press and all that stuff. And when he left, man, I mean that the bulk of that had to land on like Petrucci, I think. And
My Young
John
did a
Mayen,
lot too. Yeah,
John Mayen doesn't talk. He's a silent member of that band.
right.
I mean, I think James LaBrie kind of did a little bit of press, but he's even not even a press guy, So
Yeah, but that's another thing, Mark. Even I knew that Mike Portnoy was the only person I knew in that band because, he was the focal point or the face of it, always doing the interviews. So that's the only name I know in that band. But
who's been in a million other bands?
Yeah, but I
Flying
did
Colours.
follow his other side projects that I like that Wandering Dogs and then Apollo, right?
Sons of Apollo.
Sons of Apollo.
Yeah, that band's
Apollo
done.
was really good. That's a good band. So I'm very aware of who he is. So I wanted to ask, so are all the original members back together?
No,
keyboard
Jordan Rudess
players.
is not. Just a keyboard player.
Jordan Rudess.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
but other than that, everybody is.
Actually, James LaBrie's not an original singer,
No.
but he came in.
He's the classic lineup.
He's the classic.
Okay,
That's what I
So
meant. Classic. Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
like the first Dream Theater album without James though as much. I don't really go to that one
Derek,
as much.
Derek was in that. We did a review. What was that band? Derek's in
Black Country Communion.
Black
Yeah.
Country. Yeah, he's in that band.
He's a
now.
great
That was
keyboard
it.
player, man.
Yes, very good.
Are you liking that album more now, Jerry?
I've heard it a few times.
Uh,
A little bit more than I did the first time I heard it. So I still haven't heard the other one yet. So
oh, well, you got 3 more. Well, 4 more because the other one's coming out. But let's get into shit. A pilot accused of attempted murder. I was having a nervous breakdown amidst to taking mushrooms. Jerry.
what can you say about that? I mean, don't they have like mental screening and shit like this for pilots?
He wasn't even on duty. He was sitting in the cockpit too. And he
Well,
tried
was he
to
just
turn off-
hanging out?
He tried to turn off the engines. Yeah.
So just hanging out. He wasn't even the pilot.
No.
Where was the actual pilot? I hope it
They
wasn't
were
full
there.
of people.
They were there, but they stopped him, of course. He
Well,
was trying to turn them off.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say about that except, whoops, what the fuck, man?
Well, you talked about the pilot who sniffed cocaine off someone's breast, remember? So this kind of goes.
Well, that's a party. That's a party there. Nothing wrong with that. This seems more like a mental condition, man.
He took mushrooms. He was trying to save people. by
He
turning off the-
he thought he was probably flying, so he probably didn't, need to actually fly. He thought he was flying already. So good for him, man. That's some fucked up shit, shrooms, man. I've tried it a few times, man. It really fucks with your head, dude. I would never. That's something I regret doing or experiment with in my life. It's horrible, man. First of all, you gotta dig through cow shit to find it, which isn't very fun at all. So, second of all, man, it's just like dude, man. It just fucks with your mind, dude. Not cool at all.
Yeah. Remember, kids, hugs, not drugs. Al, what do you think of that?
Yeah, first the pilot that did coke with the hooker or whatever.
I'm afraid to fly.
Oh man, what? Imagine if like the two of them were flying like the same plane.
I mean,
Yeah, I hope they were.
party.
I hope they weren't the same airlines. That's a suspect airline from the
I know,
same
man.
company.
Fucking, JetBlue better start. They better start drug testing their fucking pilots, man. Nah, dude, it's just funny. I never tried mushrooms either. I mean, I heard they can be great,
Man.
hallucinogenics, but I don't know. I'm afraid to try it, bro. I'm afraid I'll watch my walls like melting and shit.
Yeah, you see shit like that. It's not cool.
Yo, my
dude.
vinyl collection's melting, man.
Oh, shit. That would give you a heart attack, though.
Ugh. Yeah, I'd probably die, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to stay. You don't want to stare at the Number of the Beast cover or something like that when you're on
Oh,
shrooms.
oh,
dude.
yeah.
It'll come alive. And,
It
You'll be
will.
the puppet and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
I
But yeah,
have
no,
to,
it's funny, dude.
Yeah, I have no idea about shrooms or acid, but I have had friends that I hung out with when I was stoned and they were on acid and they were funny to fuck with. Fucked with
Oh,
them.
dude, it's some fucked up shit,
Hey,
dude.
they were dicks to me, so I fucking got them back because I fucking go like this to them. They go, "Ah!" Hey, fucking scared.
Oh, and Jerry, it's not cow shit, it's manure.
Whatever the hell it is, it's disgusting, man.
All
I
right.
remember my dad saying it. My dad, I come in the night around 11:30. The dad's like, "What the fuck have you been doing all night?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Dad." I ran right to my room and fucking shut the door. I didn't want to know I was digging around dog shit or cow shit looking for fucking mushrooms, man. My dad wasn't stupid though, because when you become a parent, you like realize your parent didn't buy all your bullshit because you went through that yourself. So
You
Exactly.
actually
I know
found
what's
you
going on.
actually found your own shrooms because here people would buy them in little
Oh.
baggies like weed. I
It was
didn't
in
see them.
South Florida, actually, dude.
Oh.
Fucking great shrooms down there. They actually, well, the only shrooms I ever tried.
There
man.
you go, Al.
West Palm Beach, man. Get your shrooms from West Palm Beach. I'm telling you, man.
Oh man.
Hey, so what do you think of that, Andy?
Oh wow, I have not heard of this story, and that's messed up because anybody doing, I mean, I never did shrooms, so I don't know, but I'm glad everybody on the plane was okay. I mean, I hope everybody was all right on the plane.
Just,
So
I'm sure there's plenty of mushrooms at that Allman Brothers house you went to.
well, yeah, there were so many mushroom stuff on all the
Yeah.
pictures,
I'm sure.
and it was so funny because I was doing something and my wife bought me a coffee mug, and there are two of them, the peach or the mushroom. She said, "But I know that you like mushrooms on your pizza, so I got you the mushroom." I said, "I wanted the peach. I wanted the peach."
Oh damn.
Okay, the peach is so iconic, but they're both from the same albums. You know, Eat a Peach. The inside is full of mushroom. What's like a mushroom village, pretty much. I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad everybody's okay on the
Yeah,
plane.
man.
Yeah, I like my drugs where I'm in somewhat control of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like the
Exactly.
drugs that completely take over my fucking mind.
Right? You have no control.
If there's such a thing, man, I don't know, but even when I drink a lot, I still try to maintain some kind of normalness. At least I think maybe I'm trying to be, sober
Right.
thoughts in that. I don't know, but yeah. So drugs were never my forte, So actually, I consider myself pretty lucky because I had a lot of friends that got into all kinds of coke, fucking acid, crank. I was big in California. Remember that, Mark?
Oh yeah. Dude, my
shit like
friends
that.
were into meth. They were into meth. They were always
Yeah, that's
starting
bad.
shit.
That's bad shit, bro.
And then they had scabs all over their arms. And they're always going, "Mark, you want a bump?" I go, "Nah, I just go give me that joint. I'm good."
Yeah, I never tried heroin before. I guess it's supposed to be
no.
I guess it's supposed to be an incredible high, but my ass is never going to find out. So,
Well, I know there's friends of mine who went to jail because of heroin, so but I've never
Yeah.
and where there's a story with my friend Robert Terry. These guys did like they were the meth things. We went to fucking like around Compton or something, and they drove my car. I fucking was asleep because I'm stoned and drunk. And they went to Compton. I woke up. We were at this fucking house with this black lady, and she's trying to have sex with my friend because he was smoking. They dipped cigarettes in something, and he would smoke it. And this ugly lady was like trying to have sex with my friend out there. And I woke up and I pulled it out. "Robert, let's go home, dude. She's full of disease. Let's go." And I go, "How the fuck did we get here? I'm not drinking anymore around you guys."
In the condition he was in, man, that was probably a model or a movie star.
It was PCP. They dipped their cigarettes in PCP.
Yeah.
And they were gone. And I go,
Yeah.
"God dang, who am I hanging out with? These guys are fucking idiots." Fucking
Yeah.
saving their asses all the time. Because all I do is smoke weed or drink. But let's get to the next story, man. Richard Roundtree, Shaft, passed away, man. Jerry.
I never watched the show at all. I knew who the guy was, but
The show?
I never watched the show, no.
Show?
But he seemed like a cool dude, man. I mean, his character was cool from the little scenes that I watched from him. So, for the fans of him, it's sorry to hear that, but like I said, I wasn't really a big fan of the show or watcher. So, but rest in peace. I mean, it always sucks when people die. So
He came back in Samuel L. Jackson's Shaft movies. It's pretty cool. But,
I didn't see that one either.
oh, that was pretty good. Al, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it's sad, man. He was big in the blaxploitation films, man. You know, and he's a big name, man, in that genre. No, it was. I keep thinking of the Shaft theme. You know,
Yeah.
it's such a classic too.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and nah, man, rest in peace, man. I mean, he was great actor. So
Yeah,
that's all I got on that.
Andy.
Yeah, it was sad to hear his passing. I enjoyed watching blaxploitation
Black
movies.
blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation movies.
Yeah,
They play them a lot on Tubi, and
a
it's
lot of
pretty
great
cool.
ones, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool to watch, you know, because you hear some really funky music, the car chases. You know what? That's what movies are missing today, are good car chases, man. I would
Fuck yeah,
love
dude.
them. So, yeah, man, peace to him and his family, you know, thank you for all the good movies that you made, you know.
Yeah.
Jerry, you haven't seen the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft?
Nah, I just never had
He's
no
like
desire
his
to see
dad
it,
in
man.
there, like Shaft Senior. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I
man.
love some Samuel L. Jackson too, but I never
Yeah,
got
me
along
too.
to see that movie, man.
And in
That's
the
a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Damn right.
I want to go through his Wikipedia and just see all the movies that Samuel L. Jackson has made, you know, since I guess he started off, was his first movie, I guess, Coming to America. Would you say that might have been his first?
I thought it was with what's his name, Nicolas Cage, Amos and Andrew or something like that. No, where he was a star.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you his.
I remember
movie.
him in I remember him in Juice. With
Yeah.
Tupac and- yeah, he was like one of the store owners, man.
You
That
know,
was one-
he really. I'm sorry.
That's one of his early films. No, that's one of his early films. I'm saying, you know, that was like 91, 92 or something. I don't know if he's any. He's probably. I'm sure he's in something earlier than that, but you know, I'm sure Jerry's checking the Wikipedia right now.
Holy shit, this guy's been in a lot of movies.
Yes, he
Yeah,
has.
What was his first one?
I'm trying to
He's
find
a-
him. I'm trying to get
He's
down
a big
there.
success story because I think he was working in LA as an actor and wasn't making it. And he turned into hard drugs, like crack and all that, before he got his first big break. He was really down on his luck, Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, he got lucky,
And-
man.
He fought his demons.
His first movie was in 1972 called Together for Days.
Whoa!
What? You see?
And then in 1981, he was in Ragtime, where he was gang member number 2.
Samuel L.
Right.
He
Jackson.
must have been young as shit then in that 1970. He must have been a kid in that 1972 movie then.
Well, I don't get this. 1987, Eddie Murphy Raw. You played John Kilcourse.
Was he some kind of bodyguard? Because that's a
I don't
concert.
get it. I don't get it. Yeah. And then Coming to America in School Days in 88. I know that.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, coming to
Do-
America.
Do the Right Thing and See a Love after that. And then so
Ooh,
Do
I
the
love
right.
Sea of Love.
He was a DJ on
Yeah.
Do the Right Thing.
He was
And that's
also
the
in.
movie.
He was also in not Lethal Weapon. Die Harder, right?
Oh well, he was already big.
Die Hard with
Yeah.
a Vengeance. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
already pretty. Yeah, he was already known by then.
Not
Like, he was already-
not as famous though. He was getting there at that point.
I think that movie made it. I think that movie might have been his breaking out
Yeah,
movie.
That's what
really.
I'm saying. That was his
Yeah.
breaking out movie.
Because
I
that
think
is one
Pulp
movies.
Fiction's grown to superstardom.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
Pulp Fiction.
Fiction.
But
Oh,
that
yeah,
got
Pulp
him
Fiction.
seen. That got him seen. That.
That he did that movie that spoof of cop movies with Emilio Estevez. What was that called?
Oh god, that movie.
It was goofy as hell. I can't remember the name of it, but it was funny as hell actually. But
Remember they
He's
had
a-
they had Ponch and John in there. You know, in
Yeah.
the shootout in the hallway.
yeah, it had Tim Curry was one of the bad guys. and
Yeah.
William Shatner, right? William Shatner was the main bad guy, right? Yeah. What was the name of that fucking movie?
I don't know. It was a Lethal Weapon spoof.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Loaded weapon. Was it
Loaded
loaded
Weapon,
weapon?
that's
Loaded
it,
Weapon. Yeah.
That's
It was
it.
a
Yeah.
Lethal
Funny
Weapon
as hell.
spoof. But since we're in TV right now, because we just don't talk about music, maybe the main topics, but I know what me and Jerry feel about this fucking show. But today in 1984, V made its debut.
Oh yeah.
What do you
love
think
that.
about that, Al?
Oh, dude, I love that miniseries, man. It was the miniseries, right? And then
Yeah.
I remember it became a TV series later.
Yeah, and it bombed on the TV series though.
But dude, the miniseries, I love that, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
I watched that thing religiously, man. You know, I couldn't wait for the next episode. It was so good, man.
Yeah, it was.
And I can't believe 1984. Wow. Yeah, so I was still living in my old house. Yeah, now that I think about it, I was living in my old. I remember now. So I remember when I premiered, I was living in my old house, and while it was filming, we moved into our new house like across town. So I remember being like a transition in my life, like between the old and new house. So I remember that was the series I was watching. Yeah, man, I love that. I love that series, man.
Oh.
You know, this. I mean, yeah, the TV series. I guess that did bomb, right? It didn't.
It did.
Yeah.
last,
Yeah.
like,
It was.
was
They
only
had
like a
two
season?
miniseries. They had V, and then it had V: The Final Battle. Remember, there
Yeah.
was two miniseries.
Okay.
And then they tried the series, and the series didn't do good. Robert
Yeah.
Englund was in all of it, though.
Yeah, the remake they did a few years ago wasn't actually bad, but it failed. It bombed, but
Marina
I thought it was pretty
Barkov?
good.
I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
and
I
even,
love
the
her.
girl, even the girl that played Diana in the original one was her mother, I think.
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
show.
she
Yeah,
was.
Mark
talk
Singer.
about talk about a
Mark
gorgeous
Singer was
woman,
cool.
man. It's a gorgeous
Mark
woman,
Singer,
man.
one of the greatest
Jane
B
Badley.
actors of all time,
Yeah.
man.
Then Michael Ironside, and he came in the final
The
battle.
Beast. Oh yeah, Michael Ironside, bro. He was the
Michael
man,
Ironside.
bro.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, those were cool, man. I mean, a classic birth of the lizard. That was, classic
yeah,
TV
but it was-
right there,
When
man.
it was like,
Yeah.
well, no, when it was twins, right? It was twins. It
Yeah,
was like
one was
yeah.
a normal
One was
looking,
human, one
a
was
normal
a
looking.
lizard.
Yeah,
And then I remember they were like, "Oh, you have twins," and then I could see the green. It's like, holy shit!
they're like, they're like screaming, they're scared. It was good.
Well, I'm gonna go to.
Badass, dude.
I know Andy probably doesn't have much to say because it's sci-fi, but do you know B?
I have no idea what the hell y'all are talking about. Absolutely.
I knew it.
When y'all were talking about it, I thought that y'all were talking about that show with Pamela Anderson, but that was a VIP.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh
movie.
God, no!
A horrible show. I mean, yeah.
I watched it 'cause they're all
Although the
hot.
girls were pretty hot in that.
Yeah, they
No,
were.
it's V. I got it on Blu-ray out in the front room because I was watching it.
Yeah, V for Visitor.
Yeah, Visitor.
Even if you don't like sci-fi, Andy, I'm telling you, just give it a shot, dude.
Do you like Freddy Krueger?
Well, yeah. of
Well,
course.
it's Robert Englund is in all of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Robert
I
Englund.
understand
Robert Englund
that,
was in
but-
it, too.
Yeah, that's before he got Freddy, man. That's where he started. V. Oh,
Yeah.
man,
It's got the girl from The Greatest
Same
American
year.
Hero,
Same year, actually.
Faye
Same
Dunaway or something. Faye something. Faye.
Faye Grant. I think.
Faye
her name
Grant.
is.
Faye
Yeah.
Grant.
Gorgeous woman, man. Ooh, that's
She
some
was
good-looking
al-
girls in that show.
She was also in the Greatest American Hero. Remember with Michael Pere.
Yeah. I love that show too.
I have all those DVDs over here.
Robert Colt, man, he was awesome in that fucking show, dude.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
like the
dude.
best part of that show.
Andy only knows the song, believe it or not. He doesn't know the show.
I want the Great American Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I loved that show when I
Oh,
was
you
a kid.
did?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
confused.
And they still show it on the Roku channel.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome
yeah,
that you
I love
like
that.
some sci-fi.
I didn't think it was sci-fi at all.
A sci-fi comic. Comic is sci-fi, man. It's all the same.
Wow.
But man, yeah, V was a great. It's like my mom would let me stay up late to watch that on NBC, and I couldn't wait. Like Al said, every week episode, man. And the series came on. I kind of checked out after episode 3, like everybody else did.
And here's a warning, for everybody like in the Greatest American Hero. Here's the thing you don't do. Don't lose your instructions.
Lose the instructions.
You'll never find them. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
That'd be a great episode for Blackspinner, man. Greatest television themes that charted on Billboard.
I hear that theme, the Greatest American Hero theme on Sirius Satellite all the time.
Yeah,
Me
Yeah,
too.
I
Yeah.
that was a
That
number
one
one
and
hit. A
That
television
one in
theme's a number one hit.
WKRP in Cincinnati, I hear
Yeah.
that all the time. Yeah, that's a good show. That'd be a cool show.
Yeah, man. So let's get to some other news here. Jerry, did you talk about it?
What
I forgot. Oh, yeah, we talked about V.
V.
about V? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I interjected when everybody else. I said my piece with it. It was
Okay.
awesome. I loved it.
So did I.
Matter of fact, I may watch that tonight when I get off here.
So Keith Richards wouldn't rule out the Rolling Stones hologram show. What do you think of that, Al?
I didn't even hear about that, but I mean, if that's what he said, then
So we could be like ABBA.
well, Keith Richards is gonna play along with the holograms because he's still gonna be alive anyway, right? So
Yeah, him and an audience of cockroaches, man.
Yeah, dude, him, cockroaches, and holograms, man. I mean, that'd be awesome. You know, dude, listen, man. I mean, Keith is gonna live forever. We all know that. You know, I don't know, dude. It's funny, bro. Whatever. Holograms like kind of came and went anyway. I mean, nobody even does that shit now.
Abba did.
It was just Dio. It was just Dio that did it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Who else
Dio
did
and
it?
Frank Zappa. There was a Frank Zappa one.
Oh, okay.
Well,
No.
Abba did it in Europe.
But it was like kind of like a little bit pre-COVID. Then during COVID, like they talked about it, and that's the way it was going to go. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear about it anymore. I think now with the advent of AI, like it kind of just people forgot about it or whatever. So I don't know. The technology will get ridiculous, though. I know it will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's advancing so fast. You know.
Yeah. And then you got Matthew McConaughey out there promoting AI now, so something's wrong with the fucking future.
It's all in Keith Richards' blood, you know. Just fucking study that, and you know you'll be all right.
So, what do you think about that, Andy?
Oh, I'm totally against hologram.
Yeah, me
from
too.
the very beginning.
I agree.
When they did Celine Dion with Elvis on American
What?
Idol, it was horrible. The Tupac hologram, they actually did a whole performance during Coachella. That was horrible. And when they were talking about Dio, I almost rolled over. I'm like, I just
And
don't
Zappa,
like.
too.
I didn't know about Zappa. That's just
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Ahmet did a tour, like they did a Zappa tour. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, is that why there's a fight in the family over his
so.
name?
I think the rift happened before that, but I don't think it didn't help the cause. You know.
Right.
Well, him
But
and
there was a lot
Dweezil
of
were fighting.
But there was a lot of Zappa alumni like playing on that tour too. Look it up, man.
Yeah.
When you get off the show, like look it up, and it'll tell you about it.
Yeah, because I know that Zappa. I'm sorry, Dweezil did that Zappa Play Zappa. That was awesome.
I love that, man.
I went to go see that a couple of times, and just to have everyone playing live in front of you, it was amazing.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah, and I just can't get into this fake hologram. I just don't. I just don't like it.
What about you, Jerry?
Wait, Celine Dion and Elvis.
Yes, look it up. It was on American Idol. I forgot what song they did.
I
They
guess
were
you
both
watched that
they were
show.
both holograms.
No, she was real. He was hologram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Celine
don't know.
Dion's not dead.
No, I didn't know if they just did that.
You might have read that on my Facebook page, but no.
But yeah, according to Facebook, I think Celine Dion and Simon Cowell are both dead, according to Facebook, because they're always talking about.
Yeah,
they're always
Andy,
uninfected.
I got rid of the porn in our groups. That's how you do it. Participant approval. There you
Now
go.
I think doesn't Queen use a Freddie Mercury hologram during "Love of My Life," or is that?
No, I think it's video. They have
Is it
a
a
backing.
video?
It's a backing video. Yeah.
Maybe it's the way I watched it on YouTube. It looked like it was a hologram coming in.
No, it was a video.
Yeah, I don't care for that too much, man. You know, I'd rather just watch it on videos or whatever, dude. Remember them the way they were back then. I was not big on that whole hologram thing. I wouldn't go and pay money for it.
No.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay nothing for it. If you didn't get to see him, too bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
too bad we didn't get to see him.
I only got to see Dio in Operation Mindcrime 2 tour with
And you know what?
Operation Mindcrime 1 and 2. And
And
Dio
he-
came out and did Dr. X at Universal
I'm-
Theater.
I'm
Oh,
a fan of tribute bands. Some of these tribute bands are really good, man. Go and see them, man. I mean, they really tried, you know, to bring the experience of that particular artist or band, man. Give them a shot if you want to see tribute bands. I love them. So,
And one of
I-
the things that I know Dweezil did on one of the tours, one or two of the tours he did, he had Frank on the big screen behind him. He had his dad, and he isolated like a guitar solo and him a video playing like that. I'm cool with that shit, man. Like he's playing along with his dad, bro, and he would look back and
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's
that was
cool.
awesome. And you could tell like Dweezil was like really into it and shit. I went to go see Carl Palmer too recently, like last year or whatever. He did that ELP, the Emerson, Lake and Palmer thing, and he had both Greg Lake and Keith Emerson on two big screens like behind him. He had a band with him, but I mean, it wasn't like the whole show. He had like he was playing along. It was like every once in a while, every couple of songs, they would come up and play with him. And he had a band. He had like two guys in his band that kind of augmented out also like the sound. But I mean, it was cool, kind of cool to see because I never got to see Emerson, Lake, and Palmer together. I've seen Keith Emerson solo. I never got to see Greg Lake, but then I saw Carl Palmer. But it was kind of cool to see that, man. And I thought that was done very tastefully, because I remember people bitching at first when they first announced it. Oh, fucking, how can you do it without them guys alive? But when I went and saw it, actually, it was cool how he did it, man. He paid tribute to them, and he actually had them isolated too, like playing with him. So
Yeah.
I thought that's kind of cool, man. But I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, those are just tributes.
Yeah, I think the
Different.
hologram thing though, it's just like I don't know. I'm not into that, man. Like Andy said. So
All right,
anyway,
man.
that's my thoughts on it.
So what do you think about it, Andy? Did you already talk about it?
Oh yeah, I
Did
did.
you already
Yeah.
talk about it, Jerry?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our favorite guy on this podcast, Mr. Sammy Hagar. Is so disappointed there's been no Eddie Van Halen tribute concert, Al.
He's doing Van Halen songs in his set, so I mean, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I mean, there's no, it's all in Alex and Wolfgang's hands, man. And you just that's it. It's their say when they want to do it. Just let them announce it if they're going to ever do it. I don't know if they're ever going to do it. I probably won't. Even Wolfgang's gone on record saying I did my tribute to my dad during that tribute to Taylor Hawkins, so he's kind of done with it. He's concentrating on his own career. Sammy and Michael, man, they do tons of Van Halen songs during their sets. I mean, they're doing their own kind of tribute anyway, so I don't really see the need. I mean, who are you going to get? One more? I mean, the only missing puzzle that you're going to get in the band is Alex Van Halen, and he doesn't want to do anything, dude. So leave him alone. That's it.
I think it's because that Taylor Hawkins one got together so quick. He feels Eddie's getting slighted a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, personally, I'd love to see an Eddie tribute, like Queen did it in '92, for Freddie. One big concert, you got guests. I mean, there's so many great guitar players that could come out, every song or whatever, and just, rip it up and pay tribute to him, and it would be a great concert. I know David Lee Roth doesn't want to do anything as long as he doesn't want Sammy in there and Dave. They don't want to be. He doesn't want to be together. Like it's either him or nothing. You know what I mean? I know Sammy's like, I don't care. Dave. I mean, Sammy wants to kind of just keep the peace or whatever. I guess he tries to. He wants everybody to be involved with it. But I mean, just enough with it already, dude. It's in Alex's hands. When he wants to do it, let him do it, dude. But dude, you're on tour. You're doing tons of Van Halen songs, dude. I mean, just fine, man.
Sammy says they don't have to share the stage. He could come up to his set, and he could come up and do his set, and not see each other like they did on the Sam and Dave tour, where they never talked to each other.
That didn't work out too well for them back then.
Well, it made a lot of money. It did make a lot of money.
I watched it. It was good. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah. But what do you think about it, Andy?
I'm pretty sure. Now, I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure Eddie had very specific instructions with what to do with his legacy. Now, I'm sure that his brother and his son are going to carry out whatever Eddie wants. And whatever they decide to do, I'm very grateful for the kind of person that Wolfgang is. He's doing his own music. He's very successful. He doesn't hang himself on his dad's legacy. He's staying away from it, but he's also respected by rockers new and old. So good for him. And I'm sure if anything does come together, it's going to be with the approval of Alex and Wolfgang, that it'll be done very tastefully. But as of now, they just don't want to do it, and I respect that.
They did release the Sammy box set, so that was a step in the right direction. Yeah. I love that. But Jerry, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, just imagine what kind of a kick-ass concert that would be, man. Imagine all these fucking great guitarists coming out at the end, all jamming fucking shit together. How awesome that would be. But like you guys said, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Alex is. I would say he's pretty much retired. I would say, you know what I mean, as far as music. And Al said, you want to hear some Sammy Hagar or Van Halen stuff? Go see his concert. Michael's with him. Supposedly his band is. Everybody likes his band. With Jason.
Put on a great show. I saw them at the Strat.
So really it isn't like you can't hear the music anywhere.
a friend of mine just contacted me that lives down here, and he was like, Sammy's playing here on Saturday here in Clearwater, and his friend backed on him, so he offered me a ticket. So I'm gonna go see him Saturday night.
You're gonna see? Isn't George Thorogood there too?
George Thorogood's still opening.
Yes.
I saw him last year in Jersey, and George opened up for him. So it's gonna be the same thing like down here. So I mean, it's cool, you know.
You need to tell Mark
George
Dolly
Thorogood.
that he's gonna be happy. You're gonna see Sammy with the George Thorogood. He's been pimping that in the
Whatever,
check.
dude.
But Sammy always puts on a really good show. Always.
I've never said I've ever been anti-Sammy, dude. I love the Dave Ever more, but I like Sammy too. I don't hate the guy, dude.
He's never said that about you.
He just needs to leave the Van Halen shit alone, though. And just you have your own band, you're doing your Van Halen. Just be happy with that, dude. You know what I mean? So
Andy, what do you think?
Don't worry so much about a whole tribute thing. I mean, he's so worried about like, oh, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I mean, maybe because he's getting older and doesn't want to die.
I mean, doesn't his band, doesn't Michael sing like old rock?
Yeah, dude, it might be.
So,
It's not that good when he sings by himself.
But still, I mean, you can still hear them.
Somebody
do the
get me a
songs,
doctor sounded like fucking King Diamond to me. It's like,
Well,
and I was like,
they're
what?
still playing the song, so you can go see him there, man.
Yeah,
You know.
David used to sing that song. Michael's good at background vocals for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh God. All
right, what's next? Oh, go ahead.
What's next? All right, man. Sting considers himself a heavy metal singer. I'm a heavy metal singer, but I have a little bit more melody. Register is interesting. Most heavy metal singers sing up there, so I'm a heavy metal singer, but I have little more melody than them. Al, what do you think of that?
I don't hear that at all, dude. With Sting, I mean, I love Sting's voice. And I love Sting, and I love the Police, but I don't hear the heavy metal thing, man. I mean, do a heavy metal album and find out. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, right.
What does he mean? No melody. A lot of the metal I listen to has a
There's
shit
a lot
ton of
melodic
melody.
metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
The band we're going to talk about tonight is very melodic.
Yep.
You know? I don't know, dude. It's I don't know. I don't hear it. Like I said, do a heavy metal album and come back to me then. Let us hear it.
It sounds like Dolly Parton is going to get it done before he goes.
So what do you think about that, Andy?
Oh, dude, I don't know what the hell Sting's talking about, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know where he gets. He's a heavy metal singer. I mean,
you sure it wasn't Sting the wrestler you're talking
No,
about?
no.
All right.
And no melody. That's just ridiculous when they're talking about metal.
Maybe he has.
I don't get it.
You know, those Sting has that tantric sex thing where he can have sex for like 6 hours. Maybe he listens to metal while having sex, man. For like 6 hours straight.
Maybe he's listening to Slayer. They have no melody.
You know what? For a later discussion.
They don't have any melody.
Okay.
Ozzy has a lot of fucking melody. Black Sabbath had a lot of melody. But Jerry, what do you think about? Did you say anything about it, Andy?
I did. I'm through with it. Yeah.
Jerry.
Sting considers himself a heavy metal vocalist. So I consider myself a sex icon. So
You're big sexy, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
You need to get that goatee back, man.
I mean, Sting, I don't know why he would say that for. He's got a great voice. I always thought his voice was good for the music that he does. He even did that one country song. What was it called? I'm so
Desert
happy,
Rose?
something. I'm
Desert
so happy I can't stop crying, whatever. That was called something like that.
I know what song you're talking about.
It was a real. It was a country song, but it was cool. It was kind of a cool video too. The aliens doing the line dance and shit like that. But I don't know why. What's that?
I didn't think it was country. You thought it was country?
I think it's very country sounding.
Sting mixes his genres.
It's got the slide guitar or the steel guitar and everything. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it. But Sting, I guess he's such an icon. He could probably, say whatever he wants to about what his voice sounds like. That's what he thinks. More power to him. But I think his voice is fine for the music that he plays. So
Love you. Bye.
I think Eddie Murphy sounded like a metal singer in 48 Hours going, Roxanne! More than Sting does.
the James Brown and then another 48 Hours is better. The bus, remember that?
Oh, Saturday Night Live, James Brown's hot tub club. Should I get in the hot tub? Will it make me wet? Will it make me sweat?
Oh,
No, I
it's
can't
too hot
do
in the hot
it. No,
tub.
I can't do it.
It's too hot in the hot tub.
Oh,
Where's my
hot.
food?
Fuck, man. Let's just get to one more story, man. Let's see, you guys pick it. We got Wasp talking about free speech, and then we got the World Series between Texas and Arizona. Pick the story, Jerry.
Let's do baseball. Fuck it.
All right, go ahead then.
I was thrilled that I said this jokingly, but I did pick Arizona to win the World Series when the playoffs started. So
You did.
Maybe my prediction will come true. I did predict Denver to win the AFC too. So in football,
Well,
that's
they're
not
on a
gonna
winning
happen.
streak.
But I guess I'm 50-50 there. But it's a pretty intense championship series, and two very good series, man. And I'm hoping the World Series is just as good, man. I think it will be. I think it'll probably go 6 or 7 games. So still going with Arizona though.
Well, I'll go next. I could never go with a division rival, and Andy will know this because he'll go against his division rival, which makes sense, as we all should. I will never go for Arizona. We got some Corey Seager on there, even though I hate Bruce Bochy because he was a fucking the hated ones manager for 3 championships in San Francisco. But I liked him when he was in San Diego. He was no threat in San Diego. Like San Diego's never a threat. They just lost their manager to the Giants. Like Bruce Bochy went from the San Diego. I think they traded him to San Francisco and he went 3 championships up there. Is that organization so fucked up? They let Bob Melvin go. It's not their fault they built a fucking team of ego. Oh man, but fuck. I'm going for Texas. I like Corey Seager. There's no way. I understand, man. They didn't want to pay him $300 million because he has an injury history. And but man, a lot of Dodger fans are pissed off that he's winning. It's calling Freeman out. Dodger fans are idiots because we had Frank McCourt here called the great parking lot attendant who still owns the parking lot at Dodger Stadium. But he ran that team like fucking shit. And fucking people shit, you won like the NL West the last 10 out of 11 years. Been in the playoffs for the last 11 years. You weren't like that under McCourt the dark days. Even in the 90s with Piazza, Karros, fucking Mondesi, fucking Nomo. They got swept by Jerry's team, the Reds, in the playoffs.
Are you talking about?
Huh?
And that's bad.
Yeah, they got swept by the Reds. Mike Piazza hit a monstrous home run in that series. But dude, you got a great fucking ownership. Shut the fuck up, Dodger fans. Fuck off. You guys all suck. Dave Roberts is cool, but not his fault he didn't have pitching. Damn, the Dodgers fucked up by not trading for good pitching at the deadline. They got Lance Lynn, Mr. Home Run. And I like Lance Lynn. I hope he stays. I think the Dodgers could fix him better next year. But man, I'm going for Texas, man. Corey Seager, even Bruce Bochy, man. I like Bruce Bochy. I think he's a good guy. And I just want to say before Andy says anything about it, Dusty Baker was ours first guy to hit 30 home runs with 4 consecutive Dodgers. Won a World Series with the Dodgers. High five, Dusty Baker, even though you went to the hated ones, but I understand because Tommy Lasorda got you that job up there. So high five, brother. Thank you for your contribution to the Dodgers, man.
Yeah, he must have been a great manager. He took the Reds to the playoffs a few times, and that's an undertaking in its own.
Washington, he built teams and then they fired him.
Cubs, Giants.
It's sad he was never a Dodger manager. That would have been his life, man. He should have been a Dodger manager. But just like Mike Solskjaer should have been a Dodger manager. I'm still pissed off about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to the subject, man. Jerry, what are we doing, man?
Wait a minute. Can't talk about the World Series?
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Thank you so much. I finally get to say what I want to say. I've been a Texas Ranger hater since the age of 10. I remember I went to their old stadium with my stepdad. We went to go see the Rangers and the Yankees play. I think I was 10 or 11, and I rooted for the Yankees when I was a kid there at that stadium. I will root for the Yankees every time over the Rangers. That's just the way I am. So, but here's hoping this is going to be a good series. I think both teams are young. Both teams play the game fast, and they both play with a lot of energy. You know, the Rangers did lead this division for about 95% of the year. The D-backs also led the West for half the season until the All-Star break, and then they hit a wall, and they actually had to climb back just to get into the wild card. So both teams are very talented, but I think both teams are going to be a team to reckon with in the future.
Yeah,
So
wasn't it the last day between them and the Reds, the last wild card spot?
it was.
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was
Yeah.
close to something like
Yeah,
that.
it was.
But remember what I said when everybody said, "Oh, the Dodgers." Like, I think Arizona win a division. I don't think the Padres will. I said that at the beginning of the season. I was surprised the Dodgers won a division. I thought they
I
were
was
going to be. I thought they were going to be the wild card. Which,
Yeah,
looking back
the
now,
But then
Dodgers, stop trying to win a division. Stop trying to get the best record in baseball. Get that wild card spot, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, baseball is about timing, and have practice for a week off makes you cold. And
It all
three of the
depends
top
on who's hot.
teams went out except for the Astros because of that bye week. So,
Yep.
and it's happened every year. But what are we doing, Jerry?
We are doing a Civil War album battle with Iron Maiden. We're going to do Number of the Beast and Powerslave, man. Two very good albums.
What happened?
What was that?
What was that?
Oh, that
All
was
right.
just it was just like
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
okay, let's go. But I guess it didn't come out right.
I thought you got like I don't know what the hell happened. I thought
Yeah,
maybe
right.
your dog, like bit, I think your dog bit your leg or something.
No, it's a sound of excitement.
Yeah, the third and fifth album in their catalog, a couple years apart, obviously, and we mentioned at the top of the hour two best album artworks in their collection, I think, in my opinion. Both have 8 songs and are both. I don't know if they're evenly matched or not. We shall see. But anyway, let's get into this, man. This is going to be interesting.
All right, man. We start with Invaders versus Aces High from Number of the Beast and Powerslave. Al.
Well, the first song I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Aces High. This one, I think it's a better opener. I do like Invaders on it. I always hear that song called as like filler or like kind of a throwaway track, but I don't hear that. I do love that song. It wasn't the greatest opener of an Iron Maiden song, but it doesn't beat Aces High for me. Aces High, they opened up a lot of like tours with that concerts. It's a great opener, man, with the Churchill speech and all that stuff, man. And I think that kicks ass, bro. So I'm going with Aces High on this one. Powerslave.
Al. Andy.
Man, 100% Aces High off of Powerslave. Man, what an opener. And I was right on the Number of the Beast opener. They could have done a little bit better. I mean, it's an all right song, but to open up an album like that, you always think that the first track is one of the best tracks, and obviously it's not.
Yeah, and they never played that live either, and there's probably a reason for that, because it's not a strong. It's I like it, man, but it's not that strong of an opener, So
yeah.
Sorry,
Aces,
Andy, I didn't mean to step over you.
Oh no, man, it's cool. Aces High was played on the radio. There was a video for it. It was a big hit for them, So I 100% Aces High.
Jerry.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a clean sweep. I do like Invaders though, but Aces High. I mean, you guys nailed it, man. Classic Maiden opener, man, with the Churchill intro. Just an amazing tune. Yeah, without a doubt, Aces High.
Yeah, Aces High. Without this song, I wouldn't have got into Maiden because my friend from In-N-Out Burger, Lonnie, who is a Mormon, gave me this album to listen to. And I can heard this song and I go, fuck, that rules. And I started reading the lyrics. They're just talking about history. They ain't evil. So this song is like my trip into Iron Maiden because of this song. And I fucking love history. And I go, oh, they're talking about dogfighting. This is fucking cool. So it is a clean sweep. It's 4-0. So Aces High wins that off Powerslave. And then we get to the second track, Children of the Damned versus 2 Minutes to Midnight, Al.
Love both songs, but damn, Children of the Damned, bro. I'm going with that one. I remember hearing that album for the first time, and that when that song came on, I was like, wow, dude, this fucking song is awesome. And I just love it. I love the chords. I love dude, man, just the whole thing about it, man. Just the lyrics and all that stuff, man. And listen, 2 Minutes to Midnight, awesome tune as well. And that's another big hit for them, but Children of the Damned for me, dude.
Nice. Andy.
Children of the Damned. This one was easy for me. 2 Minutes to Midnight is okay. In fact, that used to be a ringer of mine on a flip phone back in the day. Was 2 Minutes to Midnight. But man, I'm telling you, that Children of the Damned. I mean, they just galloping on that one. It's just classic sounding Maiden. I'm sorry, excuse me. Bruce's vocals are right on top, are perfect. The lyrics, it's just a perfect song. Children of the Damned.
Jerry.
Two fucking great tunes, man. I mean, when I was in a band, we never did 2 Minutes to Midnight live, but it was always our good warm up and rehearsal jam to play with. But great song. But Children of the Damned, man, you guys mentioned it. That's just a fucking killer tune. Bruce's vocals are. Now, a lot of people said Bruce's vocals weren't the same after this album. I kind of disagree with that, but man, his vocals are on fire in this album, dude. He sounds great on this song. Yeah, this is a pretty easy one for me too. Children of the Damned.
Yeah, I guess this is going to be a clean sweep on this one. I'm going to pick Children of the Damned. But I know a lot of you guys like the first two, you like Diano. It's cool, man. But listening to this song fucking blows anything Diano could have ever done with fucking Iron Maiden. Just listen to Bruce. The fucking way he just.
Well, that's why I think Steve wanted a better singer with more range to do stuff like this. So
that's the same thing with Journey. That's why Greg Raleigh.
Not to mention Paul was drunk all the time.
Yeah,
so kind of made it easier to get rid of him, I guess.
So that was 4-0. Children of the Damned beats 2 Minutes to Midnight. I do love 2 Minutes to Midnight. Great fucking historic song again. But then we get to The Prisoner versus Lucifer of Words, Al.
Oh, it's The Prisoner, man. Hands down. I mean, I know the other one's an instrumental and stuff. It's good, but like it ain't no fucking Prisoner, man. And I love the dialogue that they use in the beginning. I forget the movie that was from, but I remember. It's funny, man. Years ago, like back in the 90s, I remember I was at my friend's house. He had a party and stuff, and and then after a lot of the people left, it was just me, him, and it was a bunch of couple close friends, and we just crashed at his house. We were too drunk to drive home, so I just crashed on his couch. And how sometimes you fall asleep and the TV's on, in the living room, it just stays on all night, whatever. And all of a sudden, I hear the dialogue from like the beginning of The Prisoner, like the actual, and like how like you kind of hear it, you're like in the half kind of sleepy state or whatever, and then I immediately like woke up and I looked on the film. It was a black and white film, and they were saying that dialogue, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is the movie, and I never even knew the movie that it was from. Now I forget. You can look it up.
It was called The Prisoner, wasn't it? Wasn't it a series?
It was a series in England. They brought it over here with the guy who played Jesus Christ, James
Patrick
Carmel.
McGowan.
But back then, there was no Google, there was none of that shit, so you didn't know, And I remember it was on cable or whatever, so I, you had the cable guide, so I looked up and I saw the movie and stuff, and I was like, I gotta remember that. I never went out and got it, but it was so funny. Like I was sleeping, I heard, "We want information," all that that dialogue, dude, and I'm like, whoa, dude, that's Iron Maiden and shit, So. But yeah, The Prisoner for me, man. I love that song, man. One of my favorites on the album. So that I'm going Number the Beast, Prisoner.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, Prisoner for me, man. That is such a great track, and it's kind of unfair for an instrumental, which the instrumental is very good. It's a really good Iron Maiden instrumental, but man, against Prisoner, no. I'm a free man. It's
Yeah.
just so damn good.
Oh,
You know?
Bruce kills it on that too, man.
Yeah.
Big time.
You are number one. It's just so good.
I
So
am
good.
not a
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Way to
one,
go,
Jerry.
Jerry.
What is yours, Sherry?
Well, I mean, no matter what song, Maiden song you'd put the prisoner up, prisoner would win, except for maybe Prodigal Son. Those two are my two favorite songs by Maiden, but this is unfair. Lost for Words unfortunately fell, in the same number,
Yeah.
row in the album. Yeah, this isn't even close, man. The Prisoner by a long mile. But by to be fair, it would beat just about 99.9% of all Maiden songs. It's my favorite Maiden song. So
Yeah, dude. The Prisoner. I remember recording a voicemail greeting, and I put that part of the song up to my speaker in my car. I want information. Your number, you have, and ha ha ha. I put that up. I didn't say who I was. I put it up there, and this girl I liked at work called me, and she said that message scared the fuck out of her. I was going, oh shit, I thought it was cool. But The Prisoner, man, just for that fucking shit, sci-fi television series. Like, and I learned about that because of Iron Man, but I also watched it because Jim Caviezel was in the remake of it like a few years ago. It's fucking pretty cool too. And I watched the original. Fucking cool shit. Prisoner, man.
yeah, that dude Patrick McGowan, he was awesome. He's played in he was a warden in Escape from Alcatraz. He was the king in he was the king in Braveheart, and he was the judge in that
Yes.
what's that Matthew McConaughey movie with Samuel L. Jackson? He was
Lincoln
his lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer.
No.
No, you're talking about damn.
Sandra Bullock was in it.
Yeah. It was a remake.
Time to Kill.
Right?
A Time to Kill.
Time to Kill. Oh, that book, dude.
He was a judge in that movie.
Kill
Good
Mockingbird.
Yeah, good actor, man. He's a really cool character actor, man.
All right, man. So that was 4-0. Freaking The Prisoner versus Lost for Words. And Lost for Words is a great instrumental, but nothing beats The Prisoner, man. That shit scares people. And then we get to track number 4, 22 Acacia Avenue from Number of the Beast. Flash of the Blade from Powerslave, Al.
22 Acacia, man. I gotta go with that, dude. It's another badass song, man. I mean, Number of the Beast is, like I said, it was my first Maiden album, and I mean, it's probably my number one Maiden album. I do love the Diano albums, but I think it's still my number one Maiden album is Number of the Beast, and I gotta go with Acacia, man. I mean, that's just the come on, man. Talking about the red light district and
Charlotte the Harlot's address, man.
yeah, there you go, man. Oh, dude, it's awesome, man. I love that song. So 22 Acacia for me, man.
Andy.
I used to when I was a kid, I used to pronounce it 22 Acacia Avenue. I never knew like the way to pronounce it. So anyway, that's my pick.
Andy.
22, The Avenue. That's a badass song. Arcadia Avenue. That song is so awesome. Tells a good story. Makes you think of Jack the Ripper. Because about that time in high school, I was doing a paper about Jack the Ripper. And I would hear this song and I would kind of coincide them together. Because, she was a hooker. And, we all know who Jack the Ripper is. And, it's pretty cool, man. So, yeah, 22 Arcadia Avenue. Just an amazing song.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah. 22 Acacia Avenue by a long shot. I do like Flash of the Blade. It's a cool tune.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I mean, you guys mentioned everything good about 22 Acacia Avenue, so I'm going with that one.
Yeah, man. 22 Acacia Avenue is a fucking classic. It's like
you'll find it warm inside.
Those fucking riffs, dude, that they're doing in the fucking song. And the fucking drum beat that fucking Clive Burr is doing, or what Clive Burr. Fucking dude, it's just fucking progressive as fuck in this song. This is like you could hear Maiden go into the progressive side with this song. I fucking love it. So that's fucking 4-0, man. Again, Dang, Number of the Beast is taking a controlling lead here.
I can see this album, all of us having the same score for some reason. I think there's a good chance of that.
All right. Then we get to Number of the Beast versus the Duelist. Al.
Dude, come on, man.
It's pretty easy at times. I didn't know it was that easy when I put them
Yeah,
together.
dude. I mean, this is like not even a discussion here. But the Number of the Beast, the Satanic Panic, baby.
Yeah.
You know, dude, come on, man. You know, I miss those days actually.
I love them. They were fun.
They were fun, man. They made me want to seek out albums that normally I wouldn't have even like gotten. You know,
Right.
but I mean, I remember this album though. Like you know, my brother had the cassette, so I think he always hid it from my mom. So, because you know, I grew up in a Catholic house.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, my mom, just the thought of my mom seeing this, she would have freaked the fuck out, dude. You know, but I mean, I love, you know, again, like this is like a classic, you know, song where, like, I mean, it was actually talked about nationally, like during the Satanic Panic. This was a part of that whole discussion.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
They were like the leaders of it because of this
Yeah.
song.
And it was controversial, man. I remember the controversy at the time with this song, man. And you know, as a kid, you know, shit like that just intrigues you more, man. You know, and you just want to fucking, you know, delve deeper into the evil, into like the intriguing darkness. You know what I mean? So, all right, Number of the Beast, man. I mean, I could see it being a landslide on this one, but you know, who knows? Go ahead, Andy.
Man, I remember when I went and spent the night at my friend's house. He was a little bit older than me. And man, when he pressed play on the song, and you can hear the "Oh to Thou," you know, I always thought it was Vincent Price until I found out that they couldn't afford Vincent Price, so they got somebody else to do that intro. Man, it's just an amazing song. You know, again, there was a lot of controversy about it, but it was also a hit at the same time. You know, it wasn't just controversial because it was controversial. It was good. I mean, they were good at their craft. So, man, the Number of the Beast, one of their best songs. It's one of my favorites. I love this album. I'll just say that right now. I also do love Powerslave, but sometimes when you put song against song,
exactly. I didn't do that when I first thought of this.
That's how you found out the true test, man.
Yeah, he really did. I'm like, damn. And I'm not the only one that feels this way. You know, this whole panel, all my friends feel the same way too. So I'm gonna go with the Number of the Beast on this one.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, The Number of the Beast, fucking great song. One of the probably a very cheesy video too, by the way. But yeah, the cool thing about this, you hear the crew and the band when they were recording this album, all the happenings that were, you know, coincidental or maybe not so coincidental, depends on what your beliefs are, things happening around them, you know, as they were recording this album. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, I went to a Catholic school as well, and this is one of the albums that were on the list, you know, and you said it, you don't if you're a kid and your mom has a cookie and puts it in the cookie jar and puts it on the table, you're not that interested in it. But if she takes the cookie, puts it in the jar and puts it on the shelf, that's when you're interested. And that's what it was like for a kid when they tried to take stuff away or ban me from looking at it. I was always more dedicated to look more into it. So yeah. But anyway, the song I'm choosing is The Number of the Beast by a long shot, man. And I do like the Duelist. It's a cool tune, but come on.
Yeah, it is.
Compared to Number of the Beast, come on, man.
Yeah, man. I'm going with all of you guys. Number of the Beast, just a classic song. I like the Duelist too, man. It's cool, but Number of the Beast is fucking iconic as fuck. Man, this is like 16-4 Beast to Powerslave so far. It's like we've all agreed and disagreed on the same thing so far. So now we get to Run to the Hills versus Back in the Village. Al.
I remember talking about Back in the Village on an earlier episode. And I was never a big fan of this song, dude. And I know a lot of people, I know a lot of Maiden fans like it. This is the one song on Powerslave that I really like. didn't care for. You know, it was I don't hate it, but it's not like wows me. You know what I mean? I kind of find Bruce's vocals in that a little bit kind of I don't know, like a little annoying to me. You know, so I'm going Run to the Hills, man. Yeah, Run to the Hills. Although that's like probably the most known song,
Yeah.
you know, amongst even like a casual fan of, you know, some, you know, I mean, it's probably their most well-known song, you know. I mean, if you do hear a Maiden song on the radio, which is rare, I mean, you don't really hear them on the radio, on you know, on any sort of mainstream radio. If you're gonna hear a song, that's probably usually the song that you hear. So if they had a quote unquote hit, that's the one. But I mean, I think it's just a superior song over Back in the Village. So for me, it's Run to the Hills.
Andy.
You know, if you hear this song, and we talk a lot about Iron Maiden and history, you know, this right here is a flight of the Indian of the Native Americans, and taught us how America became. It's a crazy song with such lyrics where they don't hold back, where you're not really guessing what the song is about. It's in your face of what it is.
Yeah, white man came, you know, across the sea and
White man came across the sea. I mean, that's all that
pretty much slaughtered the Indians, man.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what the song is about. You know? So easily for me, and yes, it is one of their big. It is their biggest hit. If someone who casually likes Iron Maiden or heavy metal, they know this song word for word, note for note. But it's because it's so damn good. It really is. It's the perfect radio hit by Iron Maiden. So run to the hills easily for me.
Jerry.
Yeah, it's Run to the Hills by a long shot. Again, one of the most iconic drum intros, you know, in music history. Again, not spending too much money on the videos. I just remember the Indian on the bike with the bow and arrow.
Yeah. Well, it was like an old black and white movie. It was like horrible.
One dude's got like 30 arrows in him and shit. It was just a fucking weird ass video. But anyway, yeah. Back in the Village was never one of my favorite, you know, Maiden songs either. So this is actually not even close. You know, again, Run to the Hills by a landslide.
And then we get
I almost want to pick Back in the Village because I'm starting to feel bad for Powerslave now, man. So
I'm not.
All right, well, I'm gonna pick Run to the Hills, man. Come on, that video was played all the fucking time. And I wasn't even a Maiden fan, but I watched the video because it was interesting because I like history. I was listening to the lyrics. Maybe that kind of got me for Aces High later, but I did like that song. So Run to the Hills. I got another 4-0. It's like 20-4 right now towards Beast. So now we get to Gangland versus Powerslave, Al.
You know, this is where it gets interesting here, but you know, I've heard a lot of people kind of dismiss Gangland on this album, saying that it's kind of filler. They wish Total Eclipse like took its place and stuff. I do not hate Gangland at all. I actually love the song. I've always loved it ever since I was a kid. I still do. What's it going up against? It's going up against
Powerslave.
Powerslave. Great song too, man. Great song as well. The title track. But I'm going Gangland on this one, man. I like it better actually, dude, than Powerslave. And Powerslave's a kick-ass song, but I just like Gangland. I don't know why people don't like that song. I love it, dude. So I'm going Gangland. This might be where it gets interesting here. So I'm curious to see what other people pick. So go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, I think Gangland was way out of place in between all these great songs. For me, it's a Powerslave without thinking twice. That is a center point for the album. And they put it in the second song to the last, which they put it on the epic side. You know, the epic side that will continue on with that epic sound going into Somewhere in Time. So I am going to go with Powerslave. This one I didn't think twice about. This was my easiest pick of all the songs.
Wow.
So Powerslave.
Jerry.
Yeah, I love Gangland too, but I love Powerslave just a little bit more. Love how Bruce performs that song. He comes out always some weird ass mask and shit like that, you know. And it's got, Powerslave is actually the album they did, the Live After Death album too, which was one of the best live albums that I think.
I love it. I love it too.
But yeah, this is actually really close. But welcome back, Powerslave. I'm gonna take Powerslave for this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Powerslave also. So that's
I kind of figured I was going to be the lone one out here, but I don't know, dude. I just, for some reason, I always loved Gangland, dude. I don't know. It's just the way, I don't know. It's the way it is, man.
Yeah, man. Now we get to the
Well,
end.
fuck all of you.
I'm out of here.
I like Gangland too. So, but Powerslave.
God damn it.
But now we get to the end of the album. Hallowed Be Thy Name versus Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, Al.
This right here is the battle of the fucking epics right here.
Yeah.
You want to talk about epic songs? I mean, both of these songs are epic as could get. But damn, dude, Hallowed Be Thy Name is just the to me, that's like as far as Maiden epics go, I think that's like top of the list for me, dude. As far as like epic songs, I like it more than Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. They're both great telling songs too. What do you like more? Do you like more of the biblical side storytelling, or do you like more of like the maritime storytelling? I'm going with biblical. I'm going with Hallowed Be Thy Name. So, yeah, dude, I love that's such a fucking. It's such. I mean, there's a reason why it's always like. Oh, there was a little while where they took it out of the set list. I think it was a controversy where there was like they kind of lifted the song from another song or something. I remember hearing a story about this. And they took it out of the set list for a little while, but I think it's probably not back in the set list on this tour. But for the longest time, I mean, that was like one of the songs that ended, or it was like close to the end of their sets, So, I mean, Hallowed Be Thy Name. I got to go with that one. That's my pick.
Andy.
This song that I'm about to pick is one of my favorites by Iron Maiden, period. It's epic. It's awesome. It gets you going. Hallowed Be Thy Name. Just an amazing song. It's just, because at 12 o'clock, they take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running low. Come on, dude.
That's like to me,
awesome.
That's their stairway, man, in my opinion.
It's just an amazing track. I'm not afraid to die. And then it goes with,
Yeah.
And then brings it back. It's just an amazing track, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Hallowed Be Thy Name. I do love Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, even more so on the Live After Death. It's amazing on there. But dude, Hallowed Be Thy Name. It's actually my favorite Iron Maiden song. It's my favorite song on this album, which is in my top 20 of all time, Number of the Beast. That's how much I love this song. So yeah, Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Gary.
Yeah, I mean, Hallowed Be Thy Name with that fucking opening riff and that bell, man. It's so cool sounding, man. But with that being said, I love the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, dude. I kind of cheated in my English class because I had to recite a poem, a couple lines from a poem. So I already knew this, so I got a fucking A. Nobody knew anything about it. I was the only metalhead in that class, so they didn't fucking.
They're like, wow, Gary, you've never shown this kind of imagination.
And I did shitty in that class, and my English teacher was actually kind of amazed. It's like, wow, that's actually kind of impressive.
Like, where the hell did this
put a
come
lot
from?
of thought and time into it. I guess technically I did put a lot of time into it, if you think about it. I listened to the song a lot. But yeah, I gotta go with the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, dude. I love the song. I love the riffs. And it's the fucking showpiece in their set list when they do it, man. Everybody looks forward that they do that song. And it always ends up being probably the best part of when that song is in their set. The best part of the show, in my opinion, man. Especially the slow part when the fog comes out, and then the talking part and the.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a great song.
When Steve rips in that bass, that do 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 do, just
Yeah.
fucking amazingly done song. So yeah, and I love how it would be that name. And you're right, you guys are right. This is probably the most difficult song that was really even matched in my opinion. But I got to take with Rhyme the Ancient Mariner.
Oh, you're thinking rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but I'm
Oh.
praising how it would be the name. I love that song.
Yeah, yeah.
But Rhyme the Ancient Mariner, a lot more history with me in that song. Like I said, the English class thing, this and that. So
it's funny about English class. Like either people used to either rip off Maiden or rip off like Rush, like Neil Peart, like lyrics,
right,
for, like
yeah.
writing like papers and shit, dude. It's amazing because both those bands, it's all about like kind of intelligent lyrics and storytelling and things like that. And yeah, man, I mean, shit. Yeah, Rhyme the Ancient Mariner, dude. That's a great storytelling song too. And Andy's right, man. The live version of that's it's even more epic. They kind of it seems like they kind of even stretch it out even longer. Yeah. So, yeah, Mark, it's up. Jerry picked Rhyme.
Picked Rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you're the deciding factor on this one, dude. You could tie or at least.
No, I'm the only one so far to pick Rhyme. Andy picked.
Yeah, no. I mean, it can end up being.
Oh, gotcha.
One going with "Hollow Be Thy Name." It's just like the storytelling on both of the songs is amazing, but "Hollow Be Thy Name" is a little bit better. It's like "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner" does a lot of twists and turns, but "Hollow Be Thy Name" has that emotion. It's like you're feeling for this person, like going to the gallows pool.
Yeah.
You're like you're like, but that would suck if you knew you were gonna die the next.
There's
day.
no wrong answer in this one. Man.
Yeah, man.
Too close, at least in my opinion.
Let's see, 24.
I think we all know what album won.
Yeah. 24-8. Number of the Beast versus Powerslave.
Wow, Powerslave is so damn good too.
Yeah,
it's funny. I mean, when you listen to those albums, separately and you're not comparing them.
Yeah.
I mean, still a fucking Powerslave is still a killer album, man.
A classic. Wow.
Yeah, it's classic, dude.
All right, from No Prayer to Dying on Up, the best Iron Maiden album, in you guys' opinion.
From No Prayer up.
Yeah.
Was it No Prayer, and then what was the one after that one?
Fear the Dark.
Fear the Dark, right? I'm gonna go Fear the Dark. I think is the best one post for me. I do love you. I think Brave New World is a great comeback album too, though. I think that's a good one. I actually like A Matter of Life and Death. I like that album a lot. I saw that tour where everybody was bitching like they only did that album really, and they did like 2 encore songs, old songs, and that was it. But I was like, for one, I really liked that album, and I was kind of happy they kind of did it that way. Because listen, man, Maiden when they tour, you know what you're gonna get now. You're gonna get a tour of new shit, and then you're gonna get a tour of classic. Kind of alternates. Although this one now it's kind of what are they doing? Kind of the Shinjutsu and Somewhere in Time. And I really want to go see this one because I love Somewhere in Time. I love that album. So yeah, but I mean, post 1990s up, I'll pick Fear of the Dark. I'll pick that one as my favorite one.
All right.
How about you, Andy?
Yeah, Al had mentioned it, but I'm going to go with Brave New World. I saw that tour. I thought it was fantastic, but also that album, they brought back a lot of the older anthem type songs. The angst-written lyrics and a lot of chantings, and so I'm going to go with Brave New World. I thought that was an excellent album.
Mark?
A Matter of Life and Death. I love that album.
Yeah, that's my pick too. I love the reincarnation of Benjamin Brigg. I love that fucking song. That's such a badass tune. And talk about a badass album cover there, man. That is fucking incredible album cover. The tank and this. Yeah, that's fucking badass. But anyway, I thought this was going to be a little closer than I thought. It looked better on putting the two albums side to side,
Well,
but not track by
let's
track.
let's talk about album covers. Who's the favorite? Which is the better
Okay.
of the two? For me,
Go for it, Al.
I'm going with Number of the Beast. I mean, I remember the first time I saw it as a kid, just kind of scared me and intrigued me all at the same time. With the devil as a puppet, Eddie, doing that, and shit, man, fucking Powerslave is a phenomenal album cover as well. Love that one, but I'm gonna give the edge to Number of the Beast. I just love it's to me, it's very just fucking Maiden, bro. With Eddie and shit. Like Eddie's like the ruler, man. You know what I mean? So that's my pick.
Andy?
Oh, yeah, man. Number of the Beast. I mean, we think that the devil's the most evil person. Well, here's Eddie controlling him.
Yeah, right.
That's amazing. And if you look closer to this, there's fire all over the place. It's just a really good album cover. And it's got Eddie with a fireball on the other hand, ready to destroy. It's just the Number of the Beast, man. It's a great album cover. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, between those two, definitely Number of the Beast. But my favorite of all time is Killers. I mean, that is just like the baddest album cover in history.
Yeah,
if I ever decide to get a tattoo, that's probably what I'd end up getting.
I used to have that shirt.
Yeah, that's
I have a back patch for the denim jackets where you can put there's the back patch, the big one that takes up the back of the. I have that back patch, the Killers one, and awesome. I need to start a new battle vest, and that's gonna be my centerpiece. I'm gonna sew it on there and then start putting, because I only have like a Rush battle vest, so everything is Rush on it, and I want to start another one with just all different bands, all like different bands that I love. And that Killers thing is going to go on first. That's going to be the centerpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Nate had a great fucking battle vest at Rockin' Pod, man. He had a fucking kick-ass jacket with kick-ass patches on it. I think I want to get one too. Yeah. I mean, just the Killers thing, man. Holy shit. It's just fucking, I don't know, dude. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. Just not in music, just as far as artwork and everything, man, it's like fucking one of my favorite, drawings or paintings or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's just amazing looking.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's our show, right?
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
I picked Number of the Beast cover.
And what's your favorite Maiden cover?
My favorite Maiden cover is fucking Number of the Beast.
Oh, okay.
Out of the
two.
Like
the Life After Death.
Yeah.
Oh, so now. Okay, but out of the two, it's Number of the Beast for Mark.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Time is like right there too.
Somewhere in Time might be my favorite too, man, because I love the sci-fi. I love the just the whole premise of he's a fucking cyborg and shit. I mean, to me that's awesome, man. Eddie is a cyborg. I love that album. There's so much going. When you look at that album cover, there's so much going on in there, man. It just reminds me of Blade Runner, which is like one of my favorite movies too. I love that. It's like Terminator meets like Blade Runner and shit.
Yeah.
Love that shit, man. So I love that album cover, man. It's Somewhere in Time.
Yeah, man. So guys want to get out of here? You want to thank everybody, Jerry?
Sure, man. Like I said, when you put the two albums together, they look, they might be evenly matched up, but track by track, it didn't really end up that way. So I was hoping.
Oh no! Well, I thought the same thing. I thought, man, this is gonna be a tough one. Yeah, really.
So, it ended up being a blowout, but they're both two great albums. Anyway, I want to thank Al for being on the show. Always great to have you on. Andy, thank you. Andy, thank you for being the last minute fill-in, man. Appreciate that.
No problem, man. Guys. Anytime.
Hope Mike can be on another show in the future. And Mark, you want to take us out, man?
I just want to say, man, give us thumbs up, share, and subscribe, man. Take it easy, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care, guys. Have a great night, man.
You too.
Bye, guys.